Step number one of mastery of a lead source, like a for sale by owner, is your mindset, the negative thoughts, the limiting beliefs, and how to understand how those impact you. Get yourself net neutral and then get to an empowered position. Step number two, where we're at today, is really understanding the customer's journey. What is their experience? And this is where, when I started helping agents to literally walk in the shoes of a for sale by owner and to think through their experience, when you do that, you get all kinds of amazing inspiration, new ideas, new strategies, scripting, objection handlers, great questions, all kinds of incredible stuff shows up when you do this. When, we all know this, when it is about you and about what you can get. How do I get a listing? Versus the opposite of that is, how do I help a homeowner in my community get what they want? And let's start there. What does the average for sale by owner, what do they want? And to what degree are they committed, which is one of the conversations that we've had, their degree of commitment. But it was only when I walked in the shoes of a for sale by owner and started to understand from their view back out, their view at us as real estate agents, their view as of the tools that are available in the marketplace, their past experience with selling homes. That's when I was like, this makes a lot more sense to me now. And it allowed me to all of a sudden come up with really great questions, really great scripts. I knew what was a reflexive response versus a real objection. It's because I completely understood their experience. So there's the decision that they make to post on a for sale by owner site or to put a sign out front, walking in their shoes to get to that decision. Then the second step in understanding the customer's journey is, once they've made that decision, they've posted on Zillow, they've posted on Craigslist, they post on any one of these sites. It shows up in your Vulcan 7, your Land Voice, your for sale by owner service, and then bam, now what do they experience? And this is where it gets interesting, because this is where they get text messages, phone calls, people knocking on their door, direct mail. All of a sudden they get a barrage of agent solicitations. And it's listing solicitations. And so this barrage of listing solicitations comes. So now take a step back and go, if I experienced that as an average homeowner, what would be my view of all of that? And how is that experience, by the way? It's not really good. And so when I started to experience and listen to the for sale by owners' frustration and some of their confusion, like, why is this happening? Like, I just was trying to sell just to see if I can get, and all of a sudden I get this waterfall of, listing solicitations. And why do these agents tell me that they have a buyer, and then they show up, and then all they do is talk about what they do to sell a home? They never talked about the buyer. Why is that? This is so weird. I got an offer for a flat fee service. I got an offer for this other company. Wow. All of a sudden they start to get all of these unique offers. So when you and I can sit in their shoes for that first week of their experience of being on the market as a for sale by owner, a lot more empathy and compassion shows up. But there's also some strategy and tactic that you could start to see, and that will help you to be able to build rapport, break some of the resistance, create good conversation, and bring and add some value to the for sale by owner because you understand their experience. Okay. Then now, after the first weekend of this by owner experience, what happened? How does it go? Then the next week, week number 2, what is that experience? How many calls do they get? How many follow-ups do they get? Well, we already know. Okay. Then at the 3rd week, now at the 30-day mark. Now let's stop there for a second. At 30 days, what is the experience of the for sale by owner at this point? I tried it out for 30 days. Put yourself into their shoes. You've made this attempt for 30 days. You've had all of these interactions with all of these agents. You've had some interactions with some of the buyers. You've had, maybe you've had all of these offers and solicitations. Now what? See, if you could put yourself into their shoes, walk yourself through that process, I promise you, great tactics, great strategies, great questions, more compassion, more empathy, and a stronger drive to help these folks out and to help them mitigate some of these bad decisions, to help them to deal with some of the overwhelm and some of the frustration, positioning you as the undisputed absolute agent that they should hire when they make that decision. So I hope that was helpful, right? Step number 2 of mastering any lead source is walking in the shoes of the customer and going all the way through their journey with them, trying to get that complete deep understanding for compassion, empathy, looking for tactics, unique angles, and unique ways to serve them. So I hope that was helpful. Step number 2, and next week we'll jump into step number 3, which is the skills, right? What are the skills to be able to do this? Make sure you leave a comment. What's the most interesting thing that you learned in today's session on the customer's journey, right? What's the one thing that you would want to help a for sale by owner at if you met them in week number 1, and that would put you in a position for them to call you in the 30-day mark to say, come help me, right? This is the game, right? Please like, comment, subscribe, anything to keep us engaged, and let's have some fun with these for sale by owners.